How are you? And you know what? It's so funny. We
Good.
pick a topic, we'll go into so many different things, and you see your short form videos killing it on your YouTube channel. They really are going because people just want to talk AI. But today we're going to talk about an AI rapper, and it's not the rapper
Yeah.
from the rapping, but it's something else. But kind of go into what an AI rapper is.
Yeah, so rapper as in rapping, the activity of putting something around, WRAPPANG is it's kind of there was an article I will send you that was very interesting that popped up last week that says that how AI rappers beat the AIs. So you now have software that are just wrapping Claude into a new package, a new software package, or wrapping OpenAI ChatGPT and offering like new services, but actually they're just piggybacking on ChatGPT, and they become even more valuable in certain way, in certain niche. So I'll give you an example of a rapper, Manus, the recent AI automation model that came up. Actually, is not an AI model, is a wrapper of all the other AI models. There is another system called Replit that allows you to pop up a fully functional app with back end and front end. Replit is also kind of a wrapper. It makes use of Claude and OpenAI and ChatGPT, and then offers you an experience with those AI models. So that's what we call AI wrappers. It may be sometimes it's used in a pejorative way. They say, "Oh, they didn't come up with an AI. This is just a wrapper." But actually, you don't care because if it fulfills a function that the regular AI model is not offering you, then it's a good product. So you can have that discussion whether AI wrapper is good or bad. I think it's providing value and people are paying for it. So you have to consider that AI wrappers are something real, and some of them are getting into unicorn level, billion-dollar companies.
And that's basically taking just the AI model and branding it for some sort of niche area, right? The AI rapper.
Yeah, so that's why they call it a wrapping, is that they will use the APIs of, let's say, ChatGPT, and then they will build a layer of code around ChatGPT that will talk to ChatGPT to make actions in the software. So it's like powered by ChatGPT, but to be powered by ChatGPT, you need to build that body that will interact with your business and does this and gets you leads and books your hotel online and all these things. That's an AI wrapper, but it's actually using ChatGPT as the engine, let's say, as the AI intelligent engine.
Well, and they're doing a lot of wrappers just on ChatGPT alone, where you could other apps are being connected to ChatGPT, knowing they're in trouble, that they can't afford, they cannot go the AI. The biggest companies are just going to blow out a lot of the AI solutions, not creating solutions, but what they're putting
Yeah,
together.
that's right. And many rappers, many AI rappers, what they do is that they tell you, you pay us this much per month for our rapper service, like let's say $29 per month, and then you input your ChatGPT API key so that you can pay the ChatGPT cost, which is the variable cost, to OpenAI, and you pay us for the wrapper. So billing wise, they're doing that. They're actually promoting and reselling, bringing more business to OpenAI and Claude, because they tell you, okay, we will be transparent with you. Just pay for your AI queries.
The problem here is, and I'm not going to talk about your business model, Dr. Mohammed, because everyone's
Yeah.
going to want to create it to try to compete with ChatGPT and OpenAI, because your costs will be a little less and you can go into the market. Is that OpenAI could just create it themselves, or
Yeah.
Gemini, or Google,
Yeah.
or Microsoft, or any of the major companies, Amazon could create them and just smash the competition.
That's
That's
what
the
they do.
biggest.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
they do. But there is like a time to reaction.
a short, but that's almost reminding me of creating a software as a service. There's only a certain amount of bandwidth, and it's done. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, but you know, for certain industries or certain startups, that's actually enough to make a to be valued at $1 billion. And I think that's what is driving this.
Oh,
Is
so
that
it's a
if
quick sell and turnaround. It's worth
yeah, because
nothing.
they position themselves and they know that maybe OpenAI by the time they do that kind of agent, it's gonna take 9 months, 1 year, 1 year and a
Well, now
half.
they have this other age. I've not tested the agent yet for
Yeah.
$200 a month. I'm about to do it because
Yeah.
it's going to do a lot of different things that we talked about that now they already have gotten.
Yeah, but look how the other AI agents started 1 year and a half ago, this race. So now maybe OpenAI is gonna kill in terms of services, is gonna be a killer. But now they are 1 year and a half late in the market. Many brands have positioned themselves and are in the mind of those users already. So it's like planting a flag in a way.
So let's talk about rappers. Can
Yeah.
ChatGPT still outperform a rapper
Well,
if you give the right
to
prompts?
it powers the rappers. So
So it can
ChatGPT.
so ChatGPT can outperform a rapper. There's so like there was this post I talked about on another
Mhm.
podcast. It's going to be interesting. I'm being redundant now, where it says the best for video editing is this software. The best for writing scripts is this chat. Not
Yeah,
really. They're very similar. It's just it might be a little bit more user friendly. That's it.
that's right. Yeah, oftentimes the rappers are um, a more intuitive user interface to do X and Y and Z with ChatGPT model behind. That's what often the AR wrappers are. The benefit is in the UI, in the user interface or user experience UX.
The user experience is important to people that really don't like, oh, you should get this, and this. No, I have a system, blah, blah, blah. I'm
Hmm.
not leaving that system to go to a system that ultimately might not be the newest. Yes, it'll write copy for you. Yes, it will edit video for you, but or write the right copy with the video editing software, but it's not going to beat the current newest module of OpenAI or Google
Very possibly, yeah, yeah,
or the other. So why just use that? It's a little bit easier. You said the user experience. Is that where
yeah,
you know why Artilla is out there to help with that user experience to design it that's going to fit the needs of what
yeah.
that person's looking for, right?
We're supposed to be good in user experience, and unfortunately, we're not very good in user experience because we are trapped into bringing the granular level of automation, and we kind of sacrifice a bit the user experience, and now we're trying to catch up to it. So yes, traditionally, startups will be ahead in user experience, and then they build up the technology as they go. But for us, somehow we had the technology working well, and we didn't have a good user interface, and now we're building the user interface to catch up to the technology that we have.
Because that's the problem. It's all about the
It's
user
it's it's a different
experience.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's so, but it just depends. It's like you got to look at there's a problem and solution to everything. So, hey, this is going
yeah,
to work really well. We've worked together and you're a great client of mine. I'm a great client of yours, but we've said, "Oh, what's going to work better is your expertise when it comes to lead generation."
yeah.
So,
For
okay,
example,
we're
yeah,
going to go that route. While other dreams I have will be there, but it'll take longer. And that's what a
that's
business
right.
owner and an entrepreneur has to do and say, well, oh shit, it's not working. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I'm still going to gather that ability because I'm going here and this is going to help me go here.
that's
However,
right.
it's not exactly the perfect way. And that's what you got to teach entrepreneurs,
Yeah,
Dr.
you can't,
Mohammed,
you
is
can't
that there's no one size fits all and there's no proven formula that works in entrepreneurship.
exactly, and you can't have a sequential mind. And you say, I have to do A, and then I do B, and then I do C. Like you said, sometimes the B just jumped out, and you have to move to C. And then maybe later on in 6 months, what we try to do together this month will become available, and then we will come back to it, you
So,
know?
so this is why I dominate in podcasting. I've been doing it for 20, 15 plus years. And if you count the years in wrestling and
Yeah.
you count how many podcasts I've done and how I can really get people to spit out information from my interviews and motivate them to answer questions correctly, I'll continue to roll because AI is not going to replace me in that area. And then I have
Yeah.
become a better agency because after you get through, oh, I create all your content for you, I do blog posts. We have to talk about that, Mohammed. So we start
Yeah.
getting those SEO going because that's what I do is nail. I can do X, Y, and Z more and improve, but then I'm still learning the AI. Because guess what? AI is not going to replace you yet, but you got to continue to use it. And everyone's going to
Yeah.
use it. There was a commercial out there. This medical company, we use AI. Oh, it's
Yes.
just a freaking wrapper. Like
No,
I
so
can see that's the
we
point.
are we as humans, maybe we are the next mental wrapper of AI. We as humans. I don't know
Oh
if you
my
saw in the
gosh.
studies 10 years ago or 15 years ago when we all started to use handphones, and they said the handphone is now a physical extension of the human because we all have it in our hands always. They
Right.
call it an extension of the human limbs. So you could think of the same way that AI is going to become an extension of our mind limb, our mind organ. That's where we're
Right.
going.
And exactly. And the thing is, we don't know where we're going, man. At the end of the day, I had a podcast with one of my conservative shows, The Last Pope. Oh, come on it. We've heard these things forever. Okay. But that's why we just keep having these interesting conversations and we learn from those things. So the wrapper, in a lot of ways, if we would go through all the tools, and there was a
Mhm,
screenshot, did two screenshots, and maybe I'll pull them up in next week's podcast because I just love having
mhm.
conversations with you because you answer them so well. And then I come back with something even crazier. Like, much people, again, about the doctor and how the doctor diagnosis,
Yeah.
and I'm not a nice guy in ways. When I go to, like, I went to one Verizon store yesterday, it was horrible. I walked out. I
Oh.
said, "You're telling me you can't do this?" I go to the other Verizon store, they can do it. This is what we
Ah.
have to do in our lives. We don't get pissed off. We just leave and move on. If you can't
Yeah.
do it, somebody else is going to do it. And then maybe AI is going to do it. And I start thinking, oh, I can't do this stuff. And I'm like, oh God, I have AI.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
like, and so I can't, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Oh, okay, absolutely we can do it. But could I
And you
have done
can
that?
now you can.
I couldn't do that 2 years ago? The answer is no, I couldn't. I mean, that's even funnier. 2 years ago, I couldn't have done it. But now, because of AI, I call AI not our second brain, but our third brain, because our first brain is our gut with our gut
Yeah.
health. And I'm going to talk about health.
Exactly. Yes.
Then it's our brain. Then our second brain is AI. And
The
now
third
the
brain, you said.
memory.
The third brain.
There's a TV show series that was out for 2 years called Upload, where when
Yeah,
you
I watched
die,
it. Yeah.
you're uploaded
Yeah. Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's happening.
It is that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Memory now, because we have our second brain that's
Hmm.
cross pollinating with ChatGPT,
Yeah.
that second brain. Now we're using that. And when we run out, we have to delete parts of memory. When are they going to start charging for memory?
I
When's
think
that
that would
coming?
be that's it's already the battle about all the battle about the NVIDIA and what is happening is about GPU memory. The core underlying host of AI is how much GPU memory you have to hold the AI model. So what you're saying is
100%.
correct. Yeah.
But
It's
that's
all the
upload.
memory.
So that,
Yeah.
me saying I want to live forever, and I'm setting up that I need to have Brian Johnson on my podcast. I want to live forever. Am I going to accomplish it? I'm at least die trying. That's a good one. But really, I'm
Yes.
really cynical today. But no, I'm going to live forever, and that's because I'm going to die trying. That's probably a quote people some should use. But so
That's
the
the
point
poor
is,
man.
so the point is. The point is with memory, our
Yeah.
brains can live forever very soon. So it's going to be our limbs, our body, or all those different things. Our memories are
They
going to be
can be
saved forever. However, we're
yeah.
going to have to spend a lot of money on that. And that goes
No,
back to that show
definitely.
Upload. If we would just do that's Mohhamed, give me your top 10 science fiction is now science fact podcast. You and I doing it about AI. Where are we? The newest one that's out is on Max, and I talked about it. And I forget the damn
Hmm.
name of it, but it was about a robot, and robotics is a huge part of it. And
Yeah.
they were training them to have human qualities to fall in love with the person,
Yeah.
yet not tell them they're a robot.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
and that just came out. It's on Max. It's a pretty good one. Max and HBO. Check it out. I don't know the name of it, and I'd love to have the guests on. But that's
Yeah. I
what's
saw
happening. So
it.
these
It is
shows are
definitely.
becoming. So I've looked at science fiction as science fact now. So go
Yeah.
back, watch Star Wars, create that thing now, and potentially. So when are we going to be beam me up, Scotty? When are we going to be able to time travel? All
It's
these
already
things are
coming
going
up.
to time
It's already
travel.
coming up. Now
Time
everything.
travel. So we can
No, there
travel
there
back to
is this.
1970. When is that going to happen?
Well,
When
in a way, from an informational perspective, we do it. We watch videos from the 1970s. We can reproduce an event like John Kennedy, and we have so much detail. We could recreate a virtual
So what I'm
happening of that
waiting, I'm
event.
waiting for Dr. Mohhamed is when am I going to get my flex capacitor? And I'm going to go
It's good.
back to 1955. Come on
Th-
now.
That's the era you like, 1955?
No, no, that was from Back to the Future, not a Back to the
True.
Future fan, Dr. Mohhamed.
Well, we're
You didn't
already
see
doing the
you,
back to the past, which is actually not that easy. But
no, but did you
like
ever
you
see
said,
did you ever see Back to the Future?
yeah, I
Michael
loved
J.
it.
Fox.
That's how I
Okay,
grew
so
up.
that's the flex capacitor. When are you going to create that flex capacitor for me? And then I'm going to be able to time travel. I'm waiting.
So AI is going to create it for us,
Maybe we
the
should
AI
ask.
models.
We should ask that. And
We
I'm going to
invented
go
that in,
back and I'm going to start a gambling app and I'm going to get everything right and I'm going to control the and rule the world. That's the
we have
flex
that in
capacitor.
Morocco. We have the flex in Morocco.
What do you mean?
It's called Moroccan marijuana. You smoke it and then you're gonna travel back in time. So we
I'm
didn't.
already decided. I'm putting this in the universe. I'm gonna have a 24-hour radio TV show station. I don't care if it's dead. That's gonna broadcast all of our conversations. I should be like Gary V. You know, he has his office hours live on TikTok all day. I want
Oh,
to be. I want to be that because you got to have FOMO to talk to me because you have no idea what I'm gonna talk about, especially on a Friday, April 25th, if you're going back. But the whole rapper thing. We're going to create a rapper to live forever, Mohhamed, using AI. Okay. We're going to
yeah,
create a rapper for this, a rapper for it's rapper, right? You say rapping, it's rapper, right? In
it's
US,
rapper. Yeah.
rapper.
So
So,
let's talk about what is the concept that I think AI, because you talk about outliving our bodies.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's already a
And
goal. I want to have Brian Johnson on my podcast. I don't know who Brian Johnson is. I just heard it in one of the podcasts. I'm becoming a podcast aficionado. I never wanted to be called a podcaster, Dr. Mohhamed. I always want to be called a radio host because I'm a nationally syndicated radio show.
yeah,
No
you
one can, no
sound
one,
like a
you,
radio
no,
host.
no, no one can take that away from me, please, because I don't have a radio station that takes it away. But that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yes, we're
Okay,
getting there.
we're getting there. And now
But you know, just to
every
complement,
question or everything I'm looking at, how can I have a viral moment and then put it on social media? YouTube's
maybe
the play.
that's
Okay, so
when
but
you
go
do
ahead. Go.
when you do time travel and you see what went viral in the future and you come back and you do it. That's the way.
So instead of creating a rapper right now, figure out how you can live forever and create a time machine.
Yeah,
And then you
that's the
go.
key.
So when the world is going to end, you just go back in time and start again.
Exactly. Or you go
And
back
then
in the
live
past and you
forever and
delay the
then move
catastrophe.
yourself. And then we're looking at another show that was on Netflix. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh. Oh, what's the name of that show with the group of people? Oh my gosh. So
On
this is what
a
I
on another planet or what was the
no,
scenery?
where each time they would go through, they go back and they went back to Kennedy's assassination.
Oh,
The something society, not society. Oh my gosh. It'll come to me.
Minority
No, that's something I never saw the Minority Report. I need to see that.
Minority Report. Yeah.
But that's something else. Okay. Best place to go is artilla.com.
Yes.
RTILA.com and check out Mohhamed because again, and he's going to be on next week on a podcast. We're at 12 o'clock Eastern, 1 p. Whatever time his time. I had to tell him that as we're going to start a AI roundtable discussion every week
Yeah.
on Fridays with Frank. We're just going to kind of talk AI, and
Let's
you're
do
going to be
that.
in there
Yeah.
to wake them up. I appreciate it. Thanks again, Dr. Mohhamed.
Pleasure.